Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today it's time for another breakfast chat. And today we're going to talk a little bit about biohackers. All right, this is one of the biggest cons that I see out here in the industry are people out here who are telling you that, oh, we have all these strategies that you can use to optimize your testosterone. And they will cite the fact that, well, historically, we believe testosterone levels were this high in whatever year, and it's actually not true. That's actually not factually true data. That the average man in the 1900s had like a 1500 nanogram per deciliter testosterone. All this nonsense that they come up with, it's not based on reality. That's actually just a lie. It's make believe. Do a little digging yourself, you'll find out it's not based on anything. So you have that to where they're telling people, oh, and we can do all these things to increase our testosterone. Now, it is true that testosterone and sperm count has gone down slightly in the last couple decades, last few decades actually. Why do you think that is? Because people are, number one, sedentary. They're extremely obese. They have bad diets, right? They have bad diets. Everything that you can do personally to optimize your testosterone would be to be at a healthy body fat, and that includes not getting too lean, by the way. Under eating and being really skinny also crashes testosterone. Okay, and that includes some people who are carrying a decent amount of muscle still, but if you get too lean, your testosterone will plummet also. And for many men, for some men, that starts happening at about 11% body fat. For the majority, though, it's when they get under 10, and only a tiny minority of people have the ability at say 7% or 8% body fat to maintain a healthy testosterone. Now, you can't get too lean either, but it's mainly being sedentary. That is the biggest factor. So all these guys who are saying, well, we can do all these things to optimize your levels, they're lying to you. Get up and work out. That's it. Work out and keep yourself in a fairly healthy body fat. Notice I didn't say it has to be a healthy level. You just need to be close to the healthy level. In other words, above 20% is not ideal for health. 24% body fat is not going to crash your testosterone. It's not going to do it. Okay? It's the morbid obesity that's the issue. While being sedentary, get up and be active. Lift weights, do some cardio. Make sure you don't have any dietary deficiencies. And it's not necessary for you to take a multivitamin or a green powder or anything else to do that. Just eat a balanced diet. All right? Make sure you got plenty of lean proteins in there, some fruits and vegetables. Eat mostly whole foods. Okay? If you do that and you exercise, you're going to optimize your testosterone. We don't need any further strategies. Even worse when they start selling test boosters. All right, testosterone boosters have, for decades, been shown in study after study after study after study to not work. Even some of the famous ones, occasionally if they get a study that shows it work, like I forget the big one that everyone was pushing for a while, and guys were even trying to use it for PCT. The name of it eludes me now. I think 17 something, whatever. No, sorry, D-aspartic acid. That's what it is. D-aspartic acid. It only had one study where it showed a testosterone boost. And that testosterone boost was relatively insignificant. And it was only in one study looking at a bunch of male cyclists, right, whose levels had gone a little bit on the low end, and they gave it to them and it pushed them up into slightly into the normal range. Keeping in mind that probably just showed an adjustment in their training. They were probably nearing an overtraining condition, which again, those sort of things can push your levels down. They were probably nearing an overtraining condition and just had backed off some because the study wasn't replicatable. Yet everyone was using it because they thought it would boost their testosterone. The study was not replicated. When it was tried in other populations in different situations, most of them didn't see any increase at all. And you had guys like Lobliner here on YouTube was pimping his insurgent. You guys remember that? And he used one of his case studies And I pointed that out at the time. She says, look how much, it was like a 50% increase in his testosterone from using this product. The problem is that the guy was still almost needed TRT. So he took one guy who was suffering from clinically low testosterone to where he needed medication. And it boosted his levels to still a level that was very, very low. It wasn't clinically low enough to qualify for a prescription anymore, but it was close, right? It didn't even put him this supposedly amazing test booster for his one person. Now, if he had had 50 people who took it and got the same results, he would have put those up. The only example he had when he showed the blood work and he showed this amazing boost, the guy went from low, extremely low, to still low. He had low testosterone on the very bottom end of the acceptable range after taking this product. This is the best example that he could come up with. It's his case study. And that's pretty typical. Pretty typical. That guy would have probably been better off with medical intervention. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. All these guys, they want to push all this stuff, and they're telling us, oh, you're going to get these extremely high testosterone levels, and you're going to do all these things if you take our products and follow our meal planning and everything else, right? But you won't. They don't have evidence for it. Do you know why they don't have evidence for it? Because it doesn't work. They have a little tiny bit of cherry-picked data. This is nonsense. I mean, you could live your life in such a way to where you technically optimize testosterone, but that includes a lot of social problems for people. In other words, if you wanted to live a lifestyle that we look at studies and show peaks and lows in testosterone, it would be things like never touching a baby, okay? Never getting a woman pregnant, because if you get someone pregnant and you're near them, your testosterone level crashes. It goes way down. This is a scientific fact. Losing anything. Don't play any video games where you have any chance of losing against someone else. Don't play a game of checkers against someone better than you. Don't ever lose at anything competitive. That crashes your testosterone. Winning boosts it. If you root for a sports team that loses, your testosterone goes down when they lose. If you vote for a political candidate who loses, your testosterone goes down when they lose. You see how ridiculous, you see how hard it would be to optimize these things, to try to live your life in this way? It would get silly very, very quickly. But that's the different data we have. Oh, also, anytime you touch a weapon. So make sure that you carry a weapon at all times if you want to boost your testosterone. This is what the data shows. These things would actually be consistently better than these goofy products that people are putting out in ideas. And all of this gets silly. It gets ridiculous. You're going to live your life that way, all because you think that you're going to boost your testosterone levels 10% and it's going to make some magical difference. It probably isn't going to make a big difference in either how you feel, unless you're low. And there's medications for that. You know, first thing you should always try is a healthier lifestyle. Look, if your testosterone levels are low, you probably need to lose some body fat or gain some body weight because you might be really skinny. You probably should lift weights, do a little bit of cardio. Make sure you're on a more balanced diet. That will fix you if it's lifestyle induced, which is what a lot of it is. If that doesn't work, all this other nonsense is stupid, you go to medical intervention and you get it optimized. It should be done within one day, okay? Now, but the thing is, you're on medications and a lot of people don't want to do that, but either you want to optimize it or you don't. And if you're low, the only way to optimize it is through a medical doctor. They're specifically usually through an endocrinologist. That's your only option, if it means that much to you. But these biohackers are con men. They're con men. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.